Hello, 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 divinely ordained ladylike servants of God. My name is Gail. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Daughters of Hadessa, where we share about Christian femininity. Today, I would like for us to just have a conversation about a conversation that I had with a younger young lady about femininity. She asked me the question, how can I appear more feminine? And I asked the young lady, what's wrong with simply becoming more feminine? She says to me, oh, I don't have time for all of that. I just want to look the part and I'll grow into femininity. So I said to the young lady, femininity is not just about what you wear or how you appear on the outside. That's just like the fig tree that Jesus went up to, that was full of leaves. It was full and beautiful, had blossomed to full capacity. But when Jesus reached the fig tree, there was not a fig on it. Some of us are like that in our femininity or in our appearance. We would like to appear feminine. But when you get to know you, there's nothing feminine about you. You may dress the part, you may look the part, but your attitude, the way you talk to a man, the way you treat yourself when nobody else is looking, your character, your integrity, the way that you speak, the language that comes out of your mouth, the things you say, the way you carry yourself is not the example of a feminine woman. You look like a thugged out, well dressed young lady. That's an oxymoron to femininity. You can't be a thug and be feminine at the same time. And what I mean by thug is you can't be ready to beat somebody up at the snap of a finger, not able to control yourself and having no discipline over not only the words that you speak, but the way that you carry yourself, having no discipline over not being able to be without a man, having discipline about the way that you'll hold your tongue to keep your job, to keep from offending people, to keep from hurting people's feelings. Now, I'm not saying that any of us, feminine or not, are supposed to let anybody walk all over us because that's not what femininity is all about. But in the same token, femininity is a silent strength. You don't have to come back at somebody, always clap back when somebody says something about you, towards you, or to you. Some things need to be ignored and walked away from because you're a lady and you don't handle things the way that everybody else in the world does. Femininity sets us apart from the way that other women act, express themselves, the aggressiveness, the cattiness, the rage, the anger. These are things that we are human, but because our femininity is a strength that we have worked on ourselves, disciplined ourselves, learned to control our attitudes, learn to control ourselves, not be compulsive, always having to snap and come back like a ball of fire, always got negative words coming out your mouth, 50 curse words a minute. Where is that feminine? And nowadays, women have this femininity thing so jacked up that they think that femininity is about getting a man. Femininity is about finding you. You know what caused me to delve into becoming more feminine? Because I didn't like who I saw. When I looked at myself and I told myself, there has to be more to life than what it is that I'm experiencing. There has to be more out there for me. There has to be a better way. There has to be something different. And once I started working on me and found me and loved me and enjoyed me and appreciated me and focused on me, it wasn't about a man. It wasn't about doing anything for anybody else. I began to treat myself and to see a big difference in my entire life and the way that people treated me because I was determined to work on me. I took time out from dating, mating, and associating in a sense with a whole lot of people because Gail needed to take time out to find out who Gail is, was. And now that I know, honey, ain't no turning back for me. Can't nobody snap me back, clap me back, or smack me back. I am who I am. Facebook name, Gail, free to be me, Brown. Yes, I'm free to be me. I am liberated. And there is nothing that anybody can tell me to change who I am and who I have become. Not only am I a feminine woman, but I am a woman of God. And there's no devil in hell that can tell me nothing because my daddy already told me who I am. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am created in his image. I am a child of the king. My daddy is rich in houses and land. And because of who he is, I know who I am. I am the child of the king, the most high, who owns it all. The cattle upon 1,000 hills belongs to him. He's rich in houses and land. Nobody can't talk me down or tell me nothing. My femininity, it complements my Christianity. I pray, I serve, my walk with Christ is intact. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or that I'm always obedient because that would be a lie. But I'm serious about my Christian walk. I'm serious about my journey. And I am also serious about letting the light of Christ shine through me. So, femininity plays a major part in who I am and who I have become because I learned to be more ladylike. And I recognize that not only do I represent myself as a woman and other women, but I also represent Christ in everything that I do. So why not serve like a lady? Why not be feminine so that when people see me, the radiance, the beauty that radiates through me, they also see the light of Christ shining beautifully and brightly through me. So back to the conversation with the young lady. I said to the young lady, you want to appear more feminine. Why not just become more feminine? Why not just become a lady? You know what she said to me? She said to me, I don't have time for all that. I need it now because there's a gentleman that she's interested in. And the gentleman looks like he's a gentleman who wants a lady. So now you want to become a lady real quick just to try to get the attention of a man instead of you just becoming a lady so that you will always grab the attention of a certain type of man. The gentlemen that I used to attract, they don't even look at me anymore. And if they do, they always say something very nice. They speak to me in a respectful tone because they see something different and they know you're not going to come at me any kind of way. First of all, my daddy, my Father God Almighty, already instilled in me through the Word of God who I am. So you can't come at me shooting me any type of game, running, trying to run any old type of game to me. That don't work for me. Save that for honey boo boo, boo boo kitty. You ain't gonna get that with me, honey. No. But back to my story. This young lady absolutely refused to become, but she would rather fake and look like and appear. So I said to the young lady, okay, sweetie, what happens when you get the young man and then he feel your vibe and see that you are not who you appear to be? Now you're going to come off phony and fake to him. And the one thing a real man hates is a phony woman. You cannot fake femininity. Either you are or you aren't. Real talk, ladies. If you're going to change and work on you, if you're willing to change and work on you, I guarantee you'll get a better outcome in the type of gentlemen who are attracted to you, if that is your goal. My goal was never to just attract a man. At this present moment, I'm still single. Not because I don't have options. I get asked out all the time, but because I am working on me, becoming a better servant for God. When the time is right, I'm not looking to date. I'm looking to become someone's wife. And when I become his wife, I'm going to step into the role as wife and do what I need to do. But until I'm ready, I'm not stepping into anything that I'm not ready for. So I am feminine for me. I like being girly. I like being nurturing. I like being sweet. I haven't always been sweet. I had an attitude where I could go from 0 to 100 at the drop of a dime, honey. I could use words that I would combine curse words, put them together, and allow them to roll off my tongue like water down a duck's back without guilt or shame, roll my eyes and walk away and feel no type of conviction or nothing else. Honey, that's not the way. Carrying anger, frustration, rage, being aggressive, having a bad attitude, ready to smack anybody who comes your way, that's not ladylike at all. That's pain. That's hurt. Hurt people hurt people. That is not the type of person that Christ wants us to be. And it's not just people in the world. There are a lot of unfeminine women in our churches. They will talk about you right in church. They'll give you attitude right in church. Honey, everything in church ain't saved. And I love fellowshipping in church. I love being in the presence of God. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I can do that at home. But it's not about what I do at home. It's about me getting together and fellowshipping in the house of the Lord with other saints. I don't go for people. I don't pay attention to people. I zone out. I get into worship, and it's me and God. I enjoy the songs. I participate in the songs. Get fed the word. I am a tither. I believe in tithing. Pay my tithes, and I come home. But that doesn't change the rest of the week. I'm still who I am the rest of the week, a child of God. My light is always shining. I'm still in the word. I'm still praying. So what am I saying? The same thing with femininity. You can't put femininity down and just pick it up. Either you are or you aren't. And like I have said in other videos, it's not about us never being able to tap into our masculinity because there's always a time and a place for everything. When we work certain jobs, when we're in certain positions, especially politics, there are some places where you have to stand up, speak up, and stand out. Femininity is a beautiful strength that goes overlooked. And a lot of people think that femininity is being weak, being passive, and being a pushover. So they don't go into the workplace as bosses and CEOs being feminine because they're afraid that people aren't going to take them serious or they're going to push over and overlook them. So, yeah, they step into masculinity. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because when you own your own business and you're in high ranking positions, then you have to stand your ground, speak up, be heard, things of that nature. But there's a time and a place for that. But after you step out of role of boss, CEO, politician, or whatever, pastor, you need to know how to wind down, to go home, to be soft and sweet. And those of you that have mates, learn how to love that man without having to put your hands anywhere on him. Now, that's always a bonus, sweetie. When you come home, woman of God, hardworking boss lady, you got to learn how, when you got a man, to keep that man, to treat him like a man, to respect him like a man, and even to submit in some ways. I don't mean to have him to walk all over and you to be passive and allow him to just cheat and run all over you. No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about grown folks, ladies and gentlemen in a relationship where he wants to come home and you lay on his chest and hear his stories of the hell that he went through all day, the bills, the problems, the cares that he has. And of course, we share also, but we should unwind and become soft and easy to come home to. He wants an ear to hear what it is that he's saying, not always an opinion, not always a correction. So I'm rambling on. It's just a conversation about femininity sparked by the young lady who refused to be but wanted to appear. There's so much packed in femininity. But femininity is not just acting, but it's being, embodying from your core, allowing the beauty that is within you to radiate out of you. If there is no beauty within, honey, ain't no beauty coming out. If there is no nurturing within, ain't no nurturing coming out. And you young ladies seem to think that you could sex a man, and even Christian women, and make him yours. These men out here get sexed up by a dime a dozen. They get offered freely different kinds of sex, different positions of sex. And I don't care. These young girls out here, they ain't playing fair. They don't care whether your man is married or not. They swinging from chandeliers, jumping on top, and riding like a pony. And that was it. It has to be something different about us that stands out. A grown man wants a grown, feminine woman, not somebody that he can find by the dozen. So, femininity is the key to getting what you want, no matter what it is. If it's a man that you're focused on, you have to show him something different, honey. You have to show him the inner beauty, the inner you. And don't you ever think so less of yourself that you allow anybody to treat you any kind of way, or anybody to treat you like you need them, or anybody to treat you like you're never going to get anybody better than them. Because, baby, when I tell you that's a lie, if you work on you and treat you and get to know you, spend time with you, I get in that mirror, honey, let me tell you. And Gail talked to herself, not only with affirmations, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am smart, I am wise, I am soft, I am careful, I am cute. I tell myself these things in the mirror, but I also get in that mirror and I tell myself, get your life together. Girl, it's time for you to get up. God did not create you to be treated any kind of way, to be disrespected. God did not create you to allow anybody to think less of you or to see you less than who he created you to be. You get in that mirror and you learn to talk to you and have a conversation with you. Because we talk to everybody else in the world. But rarely do we take the time to talk to ourselves. A little chat about femininity. A little chat sparked by the young lady's conversation of wanting to look or to appear feminine and not be feminine. So, my sisters, let me encourage you. Take the time to work on you. Take the time to become. Looking is nothing. Sometimes you have to look at you and say to yourself, there has to be more to life than this. There has to be more to me than this. Something has got to give. Something has got to be changed. And that change begins in you. All you have to do is make the decision to change. Now, Christian channel, Christian girl, but with my Christianity and its femininity, not only am I a new creature in Christ, but I am a new creature who is unstoppable and a force to be reckoned with. Confident, bold, force to be reckoned with. Thank you for joining me today on my little chats, little talks, little rants. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. as I go live and talk a little bit about my favoritist. I know favoritist is not a word. My favorite character, Hadessa, the feminine child of God who became Queen Esther. Meet me Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. Have a blessed and prosperous day, evening, or whatever time that you are watching this channel. Stay blessed, my sisters.